Hello, everybody, and again, happy Chanukah, Tafshin Pei Dalet. This is important Chanukah, as we all know. Our brother and sister, we're going through a very rough time, similar rough time, not as bad as when the Greek Empire tried to become an empire on top of the Jewish souls, or the Rome, when the Persian, Babylonian. But Baruch Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Matzilenu Miyadam. So for that reason, I'm going to explain the Chanukah a little bit from another angle, a little bit from the Ari, a little bit from Rav Ashlag, a little bit from different Chassidut idea, so we can have the idea of Chanukah. So it say like this, the halacha of Chanukah, it say, Ilchata, I'm reading from Bnei Sasra, which is a shortened version of the Chassidut, mezuzah biyamin v'ner Chanukah b'smol. Is makpid that the mezuzah will be on the right side and the Chanukah b'smol. So we need to give it attention, as we know Rav Ashlag will give attention to every halacha. Lama dafka biyamin? Why we are mentioning that we have to stand with the right to the mezuzah and from the left is the candle. Okay? So it says from Divrei HaZohar, פסוק, אם יש עליו מליץ אחד מיני 1000 ושם תחשב לטובה לכאן. עוד מזוזה בימין ונר בשמאל, okay? And we need to understand it. בית חודשים הללו כסלו וטבת. כסלו וטבת was in charge of חנוכה, כסלו בני ססרא. כסלו וטבת, על פי סדר הדגלים, כסלו לבנימין וטבת לדן. It said the month of Kislev is corresponding to the tribe of Binyamin. No coincidence, we're reading about the birth of Binyamin, always on the month of Kislev. Vetevet ledan. And the month of Tevet is to the tribe of Dan. ונראה יש לומר, מהן דסבירה לנר חנוכה בימין? סביר לי, כיוון דקיסלב לבנימין. There is a machloket that in the Gemara, that they say from the Amoraim, maybe you should say Ner Chanukah biyamin. Ask Bnei Sasra, why he even mentioned that Ner Chanukah has to be right? Savrili kevan de Kislev le Binyamin, because it said Benyamin, and the mass is corresponding to Binyamin. So Yamin, Chanukiyah should be the Yamin and the right side. Sheba Garim Benyamin, Ben Romez al Ner, kfi kavanot Arizal, להדליק בגימטריה אף סג מה, עם הכולל ותיבת נר עומד לשם בן. So the idea of ban, like 52, those of you who know a little Kabbalah, has to do with the Malachut. And we know that we're lighting lights very special in Chanukah, meaning the light of the Creator that is forbidden usually to go all the way down to us, allow the Chanukah to come all the way down to us. So it say that's the idea is reasoning, it's on the right. But the people who say it's have to be on the left, if you're lighting in the month of Tevet, okay, תמיד יום הנקרא בישראל, ויכול תמיד יום הנקרא בישראל זאת חנוכה, okay, always זאת חנוכה will happen in Tevet. והוא מתייחס לדן, and this is related to the tribe of Dan. וכתיב בי ובני דן חושים, and it says that the children or the child or the son of Dan was חושים. ראשי תיבות, חנוכה שמאל ימין מזוזה. If you take the word חושים, the son of Dan, is חנוכה שמאל ימין מזוזה. והוא פרפרות לחוכמה, אם אתה שם לעלות דבר לנו פעמים, למה מזוזה בימין מזוזה חנוכה שמאל. This is one opinion from Bnei Sasra, why you put the candle on the left. But if we're going more from an Indian of a deeper meaning, to understand more the Bala Sulam style of understanding. So first we need to understand what does left and right mean? What is even the contribution or the explanation or the indication of left and right according to the Mekubalim, according to Kabbalah? We want to understand it. What is the difference if the halakha said this way or that way? I mean, we're going to do the halakha no matter what. But if there is an explanation that we can understand, So why not? So in the book that relate to Rav Ashlag, they bring in Shem Mishmuel. הנה כתוב בספר שם משמואל, נר חנוכה בשמאל. שם משמואל, another מקובל גדול, another great Kabbalist, right? The light of candle has to be from left. להבין עניין זה, we need to understand it. גם למה לא היה זכר למלחמה שעשו? Why we not have memory of the war that the Maccabim did? Why we have only memory for the candle? גם למה הייתה מלחמה על ידי כהנים? Why the war happened by כהנים? ask שם משמואל. כקושיות הזוהר הקדוש, and he bring in the Zohar, the Kohen alo chesed הוא. The Zohar asks this question. Kohen is a chesed. Chesed is the right column. אך העניין, המלחמה היא לא הייתה ככל המלחמות שהיה שמאל דוחה להרחיק את הרע. It wasn't a regular war that the left column, which is גבורה, is pushing the bed. אך הם המשיכו אור גדול ממקום גבוה מאוד למטה למטה. It was different. They drew light that was a very elevated light, usually forbidden light to come all the way down, למטה למטה, all the way down. ועל ידי זה, ממילא באה מפלת היוונים. And through that, they destroyed the יוונים. So we learn that the light of Chanukah is not a regular light. It's a light that coming from above to below, like light of Chokhmah, those of you familiar with those musagim, and it's a light that is not permitted to come from above to below. וזהו הרמז נר חנוכה בשמאל. For that reason we say the light of candle of Chanukah has to be from left, right? From left. אף לשחורה המשכת חוכמה היא בקו ימין. Even light of wisdom, which is coming from Chokhmah, which is right column, הייתה טובה יותר בימין, it will be better if it's come from the right. אך זה בא להורות שמזה עצמו בא הניצחון. וניצחון מתייחס לשמאל דוחה. He said the win, the victory, say שם משמואל, has to come from the left, because left דוחה. The left is pushing away. It's similar to what it's written in תיקוני זוהר, תיקון כ"א. ולכן היה צריך דווקא לידי כהנים שהם חסד. So it has to be by כהנים, which is the right column, which is חסד. דלא בגבורות וכוח יגבר איש, רק בחסדים שעוררו החשבונים מלמעלה. They didn't win it by strength. They win it by drawing light through the חשבונאים, which is חשבונאים הכהנים, so it's from the right. ואם כן שפר יש גם זכר למלחמה עד כאן. And from here, we understand it's a memory for the war as well. Why? Because when we say it's on the left, it's to remind us how they fight. How was the war taking place? והנה בחנוכה, חנוכה, הייתה רק בחינת חנוכה. So it was חנו and ka. חנו meaning to park, and ka meaning ko. Ko יזרחה. In that 25 of Kislev, they park. So what does Baal HaSulam say about it? About שם משמואל? שזהו כמו שפירש ברן בעל הסולם. So the Baal HaSulam said, ששם הייתה רק חניה. It was only parking. ולא גמר מלחמה. They didn't finish the war. כלומר שהיה מאיר אור החוכמה, נקרא שמאל. He said light of wisdom would shine. So of course you light it from the left, the Chanukah. Meaning the Chashmonaim revealed the light of wisdom that usually not shine. You're not allowed, you're not permit to touch this light. Only on Yom Kippur. Only on Yom Kippur, and with a certain condition. You have to fast. Chamisha inuim. No drinking, no eating. Nilat sandal, of course. אבל היה חסר הלבוש. So in Yom Kippur, we are removing any desire from Malchut, so we are allowed to receive the light of wisdom. But now, you don't have it on Chanukah. You don't have the clothing. שהוא השבירה לחוכמה באה בכלים דקבלה. You need to have clothing for that light of wisdom. ובכלים דקבלה יש אחיזה לסטרא אחא. And if you you're thinking to receive light of wisdom, there is a danger for the dark side. ולא היה שם שום ברוכת החסדים וקרא ימין. It was no right column, what we call עוד החסדים. אבל לא היו יכולים להשתמש בו. They couldn't use that light. בגלל חוסר הלבוש את החסדים, because they didn't have proper clothing. that light of wisdom מולשן, כיוון שאסור להשתמש בו. You're not allowed to use it. וזה נקרא בחינת רוחניות, שעוד לא התגשם הדבר שיוכלו להשתמש בו. That's mean the Maccabim, the Chashmonaim, won the war from a spiritual point of view. That's why it's in the left, meaning light of wisdom, but we don't have the clothing for it, which is light of mercy. לכן כתוב שבנרות של חנוכה אסור להשתמש. Now we know why we're not allowed to use the light of Chanukah, to be used, to read the book, to read the paper. You cannot, because that light is light of wisdom. It don't have no התלבשות. It doesn't have clothing yet. אלא לראותם בלבד, just look at them. מטעם שחסר הלבוש, there is no clothing. וזה עניין שהנס היה דווקא לידי הכהנאים, שהם מבחינת חסד. Now we know Serah Vashlag. Why the miracle had to happen to the Kohanim? Because the Kohanim represent the light of mercy, and only through them you can have a clothing for the meantime to hold that light, that's called light of Chokhmah. Now, how do we take it? How did we take Chanukah from a consciousness point of view? Again, I'm giving you a lot of things that might confuse you. I started with Bnei Zaschar, I went to Shem Shmuel, then Rav Ashlag. Now I'm going to Bat Ain, in the book Bat Ain. So it's a collection of things that I hope you can maneuver them and know where they come from. And by following me, it will be wonderful. Because I start with Bnei Zaschar, then Shem Shmuel, then Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag, and now I'm going to Bat Ain. הנה כתוב בספר בת עין, תמיד תסתכל בבחינת חסד וקדושה בכל דבר שהכל לא ברא אלא לכבודו. ויש לה חסד, כמאמר חז"ל, בכל לבבך. בשני לבבות ביצר הטוב ויצר רע. Tell us בת עין, if you look for מסכת ברכות, פי ט', okay, you will know that you're supposed to worship Hashem with all your aspect, with your good aspect and with your negative aspect. Even the creation of the evil inclination was from chesed. Is to give you merit. That was the job of מתתיהו כהן גדול בחנוכה. שהוא מלכות היוון הרשע רוצים להעביר אצל מחוקר תורתנו, אבל מתתיהו כהן גדול ואמר מי כמוך בעלים השם. מתתיהו fixed it by saying מי כמוך בעלים השם, which is Maccabi. Okay? This is come from the Shla. ראשי תיבות גימטריה חסד. רמז בזה שיש מבחינת זו מבחינת חסד. So if you take the ראשי תיבות, it will be חסד. How would that go? You want to do it together with me? It will be 40 plus 20. This is 60. 60 plus, you have 72 to my opinion. Right? Am I right? מי כמוך בעלים השם. You have Yud. Together with 40, חסד, זה המשיך ויהיה מידת חסד העליון. חסד, usually it's 68, if I'm not mistaken, right? 68, no, 72, so it is like מי כמוך בעלים השם, it's the same gematria, the initial. we don't have doubts about עין, I want to do it with you. וזה המשיך ויהיה מידת חסד העליון גם במדרגות התחתונות, שהם למטה מעשרה. So what he did, Matityahu, he was able to bring light, as I said before, light of Chokhmah. It's forbidden to go to Nahi. It's forbidden to go to the lower level. But on Chanukah, they were drawing that light, as Rav Ashlag said, in the way of Ruchniut, not in the way of Gashmiut. היינו למדת מבחינת קדושה, והן מה שכתוב, אורח חיים כהן בסרט טוב ברקת, טפח ובסוד ספירה אחת, נקראת טפח. So when it say, when the halacha say, 10 טפחים, that the Chanukiyah cannot be too high, but it cannot be too low, כטפח, so it's okay the Chanukiyah will be low, it's not like sukkah, but it cannot be on the floor. It has to be high enough, but not too high. Why is it indicate not too high? To show you that the light of the Creator will go down all the way to us on Chanukah. טפח, ולכן נר חנוכה, המצווה שלו להיות בתוך 7 טפחים, ולמעלה מעט. So for that reason, if you look at the halacha, that the Chanukiyah, the candelabra, supposed to be 7 tfachim and a little bit more, meaning 7 sfirot and more. Why dafka 7? To show you that that's the place where the light of Chokhmah will arrive. כנראה להיות שהיא עולה בסוד הזכר, לכן עולה שיעור ל7 למידות, כמו שהתבהר מן הזוהר פרשת תרומה. אמר יקריא נר, אלא כאן מקבלת מבין תרין דרין. So when they're asking תרומה, מאמר עם תרומה was explaining what is that נר, it says that it's receiving from Trin Druin. It's receiving from 2 arms. רמ"ח שייפין אלאין. ונבוא כי בזמן שהיא מקבלת מן הזכר, when she receiving from the male, מבין טרין דרוין שבחסד גבורה שלו. She received from, what does that mean 2 arms? זר אנפין, as חסד וגבורה. נקראת נר. Then we call it candle. לכן אתה לא צריך להעלות אותה לעומת טרין דרוין דלה. So we elevating, in Chanukah we elevating the ner, we elevate it into a front of the טרין דרוין, חסד וגבורה, לכן צריך להעלות אותה למעלה משבע ספירות. For that reason we have to elevate the candle above the 7 ספירות. One more thing, then we move to another section. I'm just giving you some nugget. You can use it or not, it's up to you. So it say, we know that we have 13 midot. And the 13 midot is a wonderfully explained in the place called Idra Rabbah. That's why there is a merit, schut, to read Idra Rabbah next to the menorah, next to the candelabra, next to the Chanukiyah. It's very, very important to read Idra Rabbah. Especially those of you who understand what is Notzer Chesed. If you go into Notzer Chesed, that's exactly the 8 midot, 13 midot, the 13 attribute. So it's the 8th attribute. הנה כתוב בספר בני יששכר, הנה אומר לך דבר, שמגלה בפומה, say בני יששכר, we have a jewel in our mouth, דרבן רבותינו כת הקודמים, אשר בחנוכה יש מקום לעורר פקודת עקרים והעקרות. Why in Chanukah you allowed to pray for ילדים? You allowed to pray for ילדים. You allowed to pray for בניי חיי ומזונה. בניי, meaning for ילדים, grandchildren, for all the thing you want. חיי, meaning for how long you're going to live. מזונה, how much parnasa you're going to have. Those are the 3 things you're allowed to pray in Chanukah. Usually you're only allowed to pray for it in Yom Kippur and on Rosh Hashanah when you elevate it to such a high level. כי אין ראש שנה. לדעתי, עיקר העניין הסגולה ביום האחרון נקרא זאת חנוכה, גם מן נוצר, עד ונקה. said to us, בני יששכר, to his opinion, it's in the 8th day. In the 8th day of Zot Chanukah, you're supposed to pray as much as you can. This is the time that it's happening. So it say that the whole idea of the miracle that's happening for a person is depends on the 8th dibra, the 8th attribute, and the 13th attribute. Okay? Because the 8th attribute is Notzer Chesed, right? This is very, very important. This is the 8th, and that's 8th candle of Chanukah. And the 13th, which is shining the 8th candle of Chanukah. So in the 8th candle of Chanukah, if we know, we read the Nesi'im, we read not just the 8th and Menashe, we read it all the way to the idea of the Mishkan. And that's the 13th attribute that didn't be revealed at that day. Now, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that I'm reading. It's very, very important. The whole idea, בנים חיים וזונות, אין הדבר תלוי בזכות. Those 3 things not depends on merit. שהרי בזמן שהייתנו כבר גדולה וזכר כמו מזרנו, לא יכול להשפיע בני האחרון הזונות התחתונים. אלא הדבר תלוי במזל, שהדבר תלוי בזעיר אנפין. שהיסוד שלו נקרא מזל. צריך להיכנס במסכת החיריק שבזמן. So what does that depend? מסכת החיריק. What is מסכת החיריק? How much you elevate light from below to above, away from you. ואז מתלבש החומה בחסדים, and then the light, the blessing, can have a drastic where to go. But if a person don't do anything, doesn't light menorah, chaval. The whole idea of lighting menorah, tell it to everybody. Everybody should light the menorah. Everybody. This is also the time to announce about Jewish women and Jewish men that kind of lost their path on Judaism. Sometimes a woman marry a non-Jewish man. She's still Jewish, the children still Jewish, but they've been gone. Chanukah is a way to elevate them to their place. Also Jewish men, then be married to a Jewish woman. Always reach out to them. Give them a menorah of Chanukah. Just by helping them to say the bracha and lighting the Chanukah, you can elevate them out of whatever they need to get out. Some people don't want to get out of that misery. It's okay. Just teach them how to light the menorah. If you want to take on yourself one mission, go around and see who is actually mixed, especially right now among the nations, and they don't have menorah. Maybe buy it for them. It doesn't cost that much. Buy them candles, buy them menorah, buy them the praying blessing, and make sure that you go to their home to help them light the menorah. It's a very, very important holiday if you want to activate that miracle, Banai Chayai V'Mezonah, like you activate on Rosh Hashanah. Now, 2 more things, maybe 3. I'm reading also from Oel Torah, and Oel Torah said, Oel Torah, this is Rabbi Simcha Buna Mefishische, okay? I'm sorry, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Bikotsk. It's together, the book is together. It says, what is Chanukah? It's like a child that we mechanchim אותו. We educate. כן ממש בני זה חינכה מה שבדבר מצווה זו בעת שהיו פטורים. So say the Kotzke Rebbe, say they didn't have to do a certain mitzvot. And Hashem teach them to be happy about the opportunity of doing that mitzvot. So it's a very, very important very important to remember this whole idea of mitzvot ner Chanukah, that this is a way that we show that we're interested in the mitzvot of Kadosh Baruch Hu. One of the ways that you know about a person, those of you who are in the shidduchim, and you want to know if you should marry this man or this woman, is how much they makpid on mitzvot ner Chanukah. Because mitzvot ner Chanukah indicate ner mitzvah v'torah or, the ner of mitzvah. This is the ner mitzvah. When they light the menorah with excitement, and they always makpid to do that, you should be aware of those people also enjoy the mitzvot of Hashem. I want to add one more thing. I'm reading now from the Arizal. I'm not going to read the whole thing, not to complicate your mind. He said, "B'nei b'Chanukah ineged nahi levad." He said, Chanukah is nahi, is the lower part. ואנו ממשיכים לאור מגיעים לייחודים ולעליונים לעשות אותה נר. And we are meditating to 3 different ייחודים, meditation, and that's what makes מלכות the נר. ב'נei b'Chanukah זה היה כוונת ההדלקה. What is the meditation? שיכוון האדם שמוריד ידו להדליק, when you hold the hand and you light the candle and you're about to light it after the ברכות, כי היא למעלה מגיעים לטפחים. You have to be above גימל טפחים, above 3 fists. שהוא כנגד נאי. Why דווקא גימל טפחים? Because every טפח is a ספירה. So she has to be low, the Chanukah, not high. And because she low, to show that the light of wisdom on Chanukah is very special. It's arrived even to the lowest of the lowest. Even if you feel that you are not the best, the light of wisdom will reach out to you. That's what I'm telling you. Look for people who are among the nation that marry, mixed marriages, that they need help. Please make an announcement, even through that. Use my video. Make an announcement to people who need menorah in the house, Chanukah, they shy to ask. Reach out to them. It's a big mitzvah to go to different people who don't have menorah and light it for them even. Okay? כנגד נאי שהם ג' טפחים, ולמטה מי' טפחים. It cannot be above י' ספירות, י' טפחים. Why? Because י' טפחים meaning you're going above. We want to show that light of the Chanukah is going low. שאינו עולה עד הראש. ואנו צריכים לאור מן הראש. We are take light from above, from the Rosh. What is the light from the Rosh? Called light of wisdom, light of Chokhmah. We take it all the way down. לכן אם מניח אותה בתוך י' יצא. But if you put it exactly in the 10 ספירות, it's okay. Why? Because it's still light of Chokhmah to come down, but it cannot go above. כי כל זה נקרא מקומה, כיוון שהיא נותנת אור מן כלי הי'. אבל למעלה מי' אין להניח. You should not make the menorah too high, halacha-wise, too high, the 10 טפחים, because above the 10 טפחים, there is no indication of light of wisdom go all the way down. וביום השבת, מה קורה ביום השבת? היא עולה עד הכתר שלו, ואז מקומה ממש בכל היוד, ואז היא נקראת נר שבת שלמה. On Shabbat, the light of Chanukah, instead of the light going all the way down, she elevate together with the Shabbat. לכן אם לא השיג הידו לקנות שמן לנר שבת ונר חנוכה, if person is poor, he doesn't have enough money for both נרות, נר שבת ונר חנוכה, נר שבת קודם, נר שבת is better. שיותר טוב לעלותה למעלה. Why is it better? It's not, we need to understand. Because the light of wisdom going all the way to Nahi, but on Shabbat, the whole system together with Ner Chanukah and Ner Shabbat is elevate all the way to up, instead of the light coming down. עד כל היוד. ולא נר חנוכה שהוא למטה. נר חנוכה is below, the light is coming to it. נר שבת, the light is coming to the highest level. אף שהאור בא לה מכל היוד. וגם לכך, ראוי להדליק ערב שבת, נר חנוכה קודם, שידליק נר שבת. Now you know why you're lighting ner Chanukah before the lighting of nerot Shabbat. כי ראוי לעלותם מעט ממטה למעלה במדרגה למדרגה. Because on ner Chanukah we are elevating the ner Chanukah from one step to another. אבל אם הדליק של שבת קודם, שכבר עלתה למעלה עד הראש, but if you light the light of Shabbat already, it already went to the head. There's no point. איך ידליק של חנוכה יחזור לירודה למטה, בנאי חס ושלום. Now you're going to take the Shabbat and you're going to take the light down. So it's not just about the time. Those of you are halacha master. It's not just the time. Okay? So this is from the Ari. Even I want to read more. I want to keep it short. And last thing, last consciousness from Kerem Shlomo. ועכשיו, הדרן לקיימתא. Now we're going to explain לי השם מה שקשור במפרש מדוע קבעו חכמינו ז"ל על השמן ולא על המלחמה. Another, the same question. Why they make the miracle on the shemen, on the oil, the olive oil, but not on the wall. The olive oil indicate the wisdom of the Torah. כמבואר בספר הקדוש. in the Zohar, and all the Sfarim, נמצא דבר שמתרבה השמן בנס. So when it was additional oil in a miracle, meaning ריבוי של חידושי תורה. It's amount of how much Torah you created. שבה מתגזר מתרבה חוכמת התורה, the truth that חוכמת התורה is becoming greater. ובכל זה בונים ומחדשים עולמות חדשים. And through that, they built the whole idea עולמות חדשים. Creating a new world. But it is that יש באדם לבטל כל הגזרות. And through that, you can cancel all decree. ויוכלו לעשות נקמה בגויים. And then you can revenge the people who destroying so many of our people. כצורך דברי הזרע הקודש, like the זרע הקודש, רבי נפתלי מרופשיץ said, okay, כוח מעשה וגיד לעמול לתת להם נחלת גויים. The זרע הקודש, רבי נפתלי מרופשיץ said, that Hashem give it power, so they can have the land that belong to them. נמצא שכל ניצחון המלחמה, all the winning of a war, היה רק בכוח חכמים ומחדשים חידושי תורה. You want to know how to win a war? Any war? Is חידושי תורה. Those of you sitting at home and have חידושי תורה, especially in Chanukah, please make sure you reach out to Debbie or to myself for people who don't have menorah, don't have Chanukiyah in LA or in Miami or in London or in New York, please. And they need to know how to use the menorah. It's very important to teach people how to do the menorah, because it's one of the lights that go all the way down here. Why they did the Chanukah on the level? Because the idea of more Torah, that create more oil, that create the wind. For that reason, התורה נקראת עוז. The Torah is creating strength and power. כי התורה נותנת עוז תעצמות ללומדיה. The person who makes חידושי תורה get power. שיכולה להתגבר על שונאיהם. To overcome your inner enemy and external enemy. והלבידה מן העולם. You want to know how to win the war in Gaza, the war in the north. חידושי תורה. Get a book. Those of you who don't want to do חידושי תורה, don't have time, then study תיקוני הזוהר. Why? Because when you study תיקוני הזוהר, it's considered as if you did Torah Lishma. So just read תיקוני הזוהר. Those of you who cannot afford תיקוני הזוהר, reach out to us. We will make sure בלי נדר to supply it for free. וזהו שהסמיך דוד המלך עליו שלום, נטרי כרד השם עוז לעמו ייתן, שהקדוש ברוך הוא נתן תורה לעמו ישראל להגדילה או להדירה, שלא נותן להם עוז וגבורה משמיים. השם gave us the Torah so we make חידוש. ועל ידי זה השם יברך את עמו בשלום. Through that, Hashem will bless us with peace. That's what it say. You want peace in your life? You want peace in Gaza? You want peace in the north? It say השם עוז לעמו ייתן. It's giving us the עוז. It's giving us the strength by חידושי תורה. שכל אויביהם בעזרת השם יפלו תחתם. ויהיה שלום בארץ. All the enemy will fall under their feet. That's what it's written, כרם שלמה. And it will be peace in Israel. הוא מוסיף והולך מזמור שיר חנוכת הבית. And then we read, מזמור שיר חנוכת הבית לדוד, שעניין זה היה גם בחנוכה, שבכוח חידושי תורה ביטלו כל הגזרות ניצחו את כל המלחמה. And with the חידושי תורה, they won the war. כמו שאמר הכתוב, כוח מעשיו יגיד לעמו לתת להם נחלת גויים. לכן בכל דבר דור, every generation is the same. יש כוח ביד המחדשי חידוש התורה. You have חידוש תורה, say it. להריג כל מיני השפעות טובות לבני ישראל, עד ביאל כל צדק במהרה בימינו. And it will give you enough power to give you the power to overcome all the enemy. Last thing I want to leave everybody with, make sure that this Chanukah, when you light the candle, you have to see that you deserve that light with all the worst part of your personality. You have anger issue, you have lust, you have addiction, you hate yourself, you don't think you're spiritual enough. Those specific parts need the light of Chokhmah. They need the light of Chanukah. So you pour that light and say, Hashem ani mashpia, or an influenced light from above, from light of wisdom, those of you who study with me for a long time, into the vessel of Nahi, which is normally forbidden. And by that, I'm burning the Yetzer Hara. The normal way to burn the Yetzer Hara is to push the negativity, to stop negativity. Here in Chanukah, there is a unique new way. What is the unique new way? You bring enough light of Chokhmah to burn that. But as Rav Ashtak explained to us, it's not here to last or to stay. That's why it's only 8 days. It's only 8 days. That's why you cannot enjoy those candles. Because from the physical point of view, that light is not appearing. It's only beruchniut. We need to take that light and Be'ezrat Hashem manifest it into the time when Mashiach will come. Thank you very much and happy Chanukah, everybody.